LDBC. This is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. You're live on the Coach Shelton Harrison Boxing and MMA Show live. Okay, folks, I'm going to take the time in this video to address Stephen A. Smith. No, I'm not going to call him Stephen A. Stupid, and I'm not going to, really name call him. I'm not going to do that in this video. I'm just going to address him. And I know Stephen A. Smith watches a lot of the videos in the LDBC. I know he does. Matter of fact, I already got proof because I did mention your income, Stephen A. Smith, and, you got mad. But really, you should have got mad at Forbes. You should have got mad at Forbes because Forbes was the one that put the information out there. All I did was just reported it. So, try again. But if this isn't your cup of tea, if this, this ain't the kind of social issues that you want to hear, listen. Cut the video off now. Click the video off because there's no sense in you coming on here whining. Okay, yes, this is a black and white thing that I'm finna talk about. There's no sense, for you coming on here whining. That's okay. Ain't no sense in you throwing a temper tantrum because you don't want to hear me talk. Just don't watch the video, okay? And that's just the way that is. When Coach Shelton Harrison want to talk to and about his own people, okay, if you can't understand that, that's okay. I'm cool with that. But I understand. And, I've noticed for years and years, man, that, when Stephen A. Smith, when you first became a journalist, man, you were on fire. You were no nonsense. You said what you needed to say, and you said it how you wanted to say it. And you didn't worry about any backlash because you knew that being politically correct just wasn't the way to go. That's what you knew. That's how you started. Stephen A. Smith, you worked your butt off to become the journalist that you are. I mean, you worked hard. I will never come on here and take anything away from you because you do have a very unique story. Your story is very compelling. But you had to work your butt off to get to where you are in life. And I know that a fear of yours is to lose your status and to lose where you've gotten in life. I know. And I know you don't want to go back to where you started. I understand this. But Stephen A. Smith, lately, and it's been a lot, man. It's been a lot going on. But you take the time, and I'm just going to come right out and say it. You take the time and you take a dump all over black people anytime that you get a chance. That's what you do. Okay, and I'm just calling a spade, and I'm being real. I mean, the way that you got on Kevin Durant, the way that you threatened, and really it was almost a blackmail of Kevin Durant. Okay, I mean, the issue you have with Carmelo Anthony. Okay, Richard Sherman, LeBron James, Floyd Mayweather. It's like you always, man, you give the black athletes your butt to kiss. And I used to always wonder, why is this guy so hard on black athletes? But you don't say anything to any other non-black athletes that are doing the exact same thing. You don't. That's just the way that is. You don't. You give them a pass. You don't give them a hassle. You don't try to tell them like it is. You go right on to the necks of black athletes and coaches. And see, Stephen A. Smith, your first instance of trying to get a coach fired was when you was in college at Winston-Salem State. And I'll tell you something, it's amazing. Winston-Salem State, they used to be proud of you, man. They used to be proud of your accomplishments. And, in the cafeteria, in one of the larger cafeterias at that university, they had this big mural of you in there. That picture, that mural is no longer there. They took it down. And I wonder why they took that down. And I always used to think, where is the photograph of Stephen A. Smith? But I think they know, and I think they understand. I think they know. I think they completely know what you have become. And I don't think that these people are proud of what you're doing right now. You can't wake up in the morning and be happy that you have tap danced and you have buck danced for the last 2 years. I mean, you've done that. You spit right in the face of the black community. And Stephen A. Smith, I say to you, is the money worth selling out your whole soul to get ahead in life? Is the money that worth it? Do you not know that your self-value is better, that you are a better journalist than most of the people that's reporting news? You're that good that you don't have to do and say the things that you need to say to keep a job? And I don't even really think you understand what your worth is. I just don't think you know. I don't think you have an understanding of what you bring to the table. as a black journalist. I don't think you know. I don't think you understand that you built your career. In the beginning, you built it off hard work. And now you're building it off the plight of black people. That's what you're doing. And whether you agree and disagree with it, Stephen A. Smith, what you do speaks volumes. I noticed that you didn't accept the challenges from any of us in the LDBC. Any of us. We sent videos. We sent you videos. We took your bluff. We wanted to go one-on-one with you. But you turned us down. You see, Stephen A., I wonder if you knew that deep down in your heart, that members of the LDBC will give you a run for your money. That you are in a no-win situation when it comes to the LDBC. See, no one understands something. I know for a fact that you know who we are. Without a shadow of a doubt. See, the LDBC network is growing. Oh, it's growing. And I know and believe that you know who we are. You see, Stephen A. Smith, you don't stand for righteousness. You stand for correctness. And how can you gain the world? How can you gain the world? How can you, as a man, bring the best out of yourself when you bring the worst out and you make us look bad? You make us look bad. You make us look worse than what we should look. You make us look bad, Stephen A. Smith. Because you don't call it down the line. You're hard, man. You try to get your college basketball coach. I mean, you wrote your first article, the first thing you ever wrote for a newspaper, Stephen A. Smith, was an article on why you thought your head coach needed to be fired. You're a black head coach. That's what you did. And what you're doing now is disgusting. Coach Gaines, do you remember him, Stephen? That was the man that mentored you. That was the man that gave you a lot of positive words of encouragement. And you wrote an article saying that this man needed to be fired. He needed to be let go because he was too old to coach in the game. And mind you, Coach Gaines only had a few more years before he could get his full retirement benefits. A man that served the basketball community for over 3 decades. And a man that deserved to go out with his full retirement. But Stephen A. Smith, you said the man needed to be fired. You said that the man could no longer coherently coach the sport of basketball. And even though that Coach Gaines he's gonna be a Hall of Famer. He's a Hall of Fame basketball coach. But you took the time to write an article trying to get this man fired from his job. Just like you've done that to many black football coaches in the NFL. You call for their jobs. So Stephen A. Smith, what is it? Are you in or you out? Because it seems like you out. It seems like you try to support us when it fits your narrative. That's what it seems like. But it seems like you try to throw us under the bus when it fits your boss's narrative over at ESPN. See, we know they put a muzzle over your big mouth. We know that they put a muzzle over your big mouth. We know that they did. And we also know, Stephen A. Smith, that you, as a man, as a black man, I know you don't feel the way you feel. But see, you got 3.5 million reasons to keep your opinion about us. Because that's the opinion that they want you to keep. They want you to talk bad about us, Stephen A. Smith, because it supports that narrative. And whether you like this video or not, Stephen A. Smith, that's okay. But you can never look yourself in the mirror. Because eventually, the buck dance, tap dance train is going to stop. And see, your bosses at ESPN, they're going to grow tired of you. And they're going to find a way to get you out like they do everybody else. They do the same thing you're doing. Believe me. See, this is one part about Coachtronomics that's going to be real. Stephen A. Smith, they will get rid of you. It's just a matter of time. But you will fall. And that is just the way that is. Congratulations, Stephen A. Smith. You're doing a good job. You're doing a great job and you're making your employees very happy. I'm done.